If you're watching this video, you've probably seen the main channel video already. If not, you'll want to check that out first at the link down in the video description. Without it, this won't make a whole lot of sense. In this video, I'll take you through assembling my recessed door mount enclosure for the Aqara T1 sensor. To put your own together, you'll obviously need your Aqara T1, your printed enclosure, an M2 by 8mm screw, and some short wood screws for installation. If you order the kit from our site, all of the hardware and printed parts will be included. You'll need to supply your own Aqara sensors. You'll also need a 1.5mm Allen key or driver and a small flathead screwdriver. To install your sensor in the door, you'll need a 20mm drill bit. A spade bit will work fine for wooden doors, and you can use a 21mm if the fit is a little bit tight. You may need to glue in your magnet if using a 21mm spade bit. You'll also need a small drill bit for mounting screw pilot holes. You'll need a ruler and a marker or pencil to help position your sensor correctly. If you're doing a lot of these, this little printable tool is a good way to center your sensor perfectly in the door every time. I'll show you how to use that a little bit later. We're going to start by shucking the sensor, ready for its new enclosure. Take the smaller half of your sensor, the magnet, and using your small flathead screwdriver, push the tip gently between the grey and white plastic sections. With the tip inserted, twist the driver to pop the halves apart and reveal the neodymium magnet inside. It should fall right out once the halves are separated. If you care about putting the sensor back together for whatever reason, take your time. If not, jam it in there. You can't really damage the magnet. With your magnet free, grab your sensor and using your screwdriver, pop off the rear battery cover. You might need to work your way around with your screwdriver to get it all the way free. Next, we need to pop the light grey cover off the sensor. First, remove the battery to make it easier to remove the plastic part. There are little gaps all the way around that you can slide your driver into and then lever up on to free the part. Work your way around, freeing up all the clips as you go to release the PCB. You may need to wiggle it around a little to free the battery end, but once it's free, the PCB will fall right out along with a very small plastic part that's the button on the sensor. Reinstall your battery so you don't lose it, and we can move on to installing the PCB in our new enclosure. But first we'll install our magnet to get that out of the way. Take your printed magnet enclosure and push the magnet into place inside the print. It should be a tight fit, but if it's a little loose, a drop of glue will help hold it into place. Make sure it's pushed all the way home. The direction you insert the magnet doesn't matter. Next, take your enclosure and drop your sensor inside it. It can only be installed one way and should be a nice tight fit. Don't stress if it's a little loose, it'll be held in by the cap. Now, slide the cap into place. Again, it only fits one way, and install your M2 screw in the hole to secure it. That's your new recessed Aqara T1 assembled. Next up, I'll show you how to install your sensor in a door. First, decide where on your door to install the sensor. I find it best to install it on the opposite side of the hinge at the top of the door. This way it's only closed when it's all the way closed and becomes open as soon as the door starts opening. You could install it on the long vertical side of the door too, but I find the top easiest. If you're using my printed centering tool, place it over the door like this. Rotate it so the pins are against the door on either side, then using a Sharpie or pencil through the hole in the top, mark the perfect center. If you're not using the tool, use a ruler or tape measure to find the center. If you order more than one kit of enclosures from our store, I'll throw one of these into your order as well. Now we need to mark the magnet's location. I find it easiest to use the door jamb as a reference. So measure from the edge of your door to the center from the edge that rests against your door jamb when the door is closed. Then measure from the end of your door back to your point. Now transfer these measurements to the door frame, measuring out from the door jamb and from the edge of the door frame to mark the position of your magnet. Take your 20 or 21mm spade bit and drill a 35mm deep hole in the top of your door. You can mark the depth on your bit with a little piece of painter's tape. Now drill a matching hole for the magnet 20mm deep in the door frame. If you're using a 20mm bit, you should be able to press your magnet into place, perhaps with some assistance from a hammer. If you used a 21mm bit, you may need a little dab of glue to hold it in place. Then, after pairing your sensor, to save you having to take it back out again, drop your sensor into the door, align the mounting ears along the length of the door, and mark and drill pilot holes for your mounting screws. Then just screw in your mounting screws to hold the sensor in place. To remove the sensor to charge batteries, just take out the screws, pry it out, remove the cap, and swap your battery. Test your sensor is working correctly, and you're all done. Let me know in the comments section below how you might be using your new sensors, and please let me know what you think of this project in the comments as well. Tutorials like this don't normally do super well on YouTube, so if you could hit like, it would be much appreciated. And if you like this video, you'll probably like this one too. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you next time.